Welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode, and today we're going to be getting on with more technology side stuff because we're here to pause on Blood Magic because we have to get to the arcane ash sort of crafting stuff there later, and that's going to need a couple of other things we don't have yet. Hellfire Forge, which needs some Stardust, which we can't get until we get to Transmutation in Astral Sorcery. So before we go to Astral Sorcery, I'm going to do an episode quickly on some of the things that I really should be doing and just aren't yet. In particular, there comes a time in every Minecraft playthrough, particularly modded Minecraft, where you need a tree farm and we need to set something up. Now, you might think I could just put tree seeds. Yeah, well, I suppose they are. You might think I could just use this to grow trees, but you can't. I've tried it in previous packs and been eternally disappointed because it is very, very simple setup if that could work. And unfortunately, no. It will plant them. It certainly will plant them, no problem. It just will not. It just will not harvest them. So there is a good possible option there for having this plant them, but there is also an industrial foregoing option we have to go through for a quest anyway. So we may as well craft one of the industrial foregoings, even though I like the farmer, and we did get another farmer earlier. So in one of the, I think it's one of the quest rewards. Speaking of quest rewards, we got a loot chest and we got an elytra. What's the angel ring need again? Angel ring needs an elytra. Yep. It needs some ethereal glass divided by diamond. Needs some dense gold plate and our previous ring. And this uses 32 GP, so we need obviously more power there, but mainly needs, yes. We don't have those yet. Okay. But I will keep it in the system. That's very handy to have. So we do actually want a couple of things. Plant sower is the first thing we get the quest for. And let's see how much of that stuff we have. We have, well, most things. Yep. That just leaves the center block machine case. And then over here, this is for the gatherer, which we are going to actually need. And that's going to need some gold gears and iron axe. So let's just probably just make the tools and put them in. I made another 1k block just to store all this stuff. And that then just needs the gold gears and the center block. So we're just going to need 2 of those centers. No, don't be gold gears. Just some gold. That should be enough. I'm just going to cast it into gears. That will automatically happen so we can get on with other stuff. Now, I did start over here producing our sort of sieved stuff. So let's have a look. Oops, I've not got my climbing gear on. It's slightly irritating to have it on all the time. So yeah, this is sieving automatically now. If you remember last episode, I put it down here. I would emphasize that I don't currently have compacting drawers. So what's going to happen pretty quickly now is, I think it's already happened. Is that silver? And is that silver? Osmium. Is osmium in here? Yes, it is. So it's already hit full stacks of this. So I will say that you probably want to shift across to using compacting drawers sooner rather than later. In the meantime, however, we should have some more gold here. So if I just grab 4 stacks of this, all we're going to do with a compacting drawer is basically have it like this. Okay, so it's going to produce lots of gold ore when the game catches up to me. And of course we can double that, and that means 128 gold, which is pretty good in any kind of playthrough. I did also create a drain with a portable tank with liquid XP. However, the amount of XP I get from that mob farm, from killing stuff, is way, way, way more than we can actually store right now, without going to fluid storage in ME as well, in Applied Logistics 2. So I'm just going to actually just store that for now. I don't need it, but just to demonstrate the point, we have renewable sources of metals. We don't even need to... Technically, we don't even need to double them. We could just shove them straight in a furnace and that would be fine too. So what do we need for this? We just need 2 of these machine cases, which needs usual applied logistics stuff, of which I have everything but the center. And I probably am short on carbon or advanced alloy. So I need to go and make some of that. I'll do it off camera because we've made this before. Aside from all the noise of Industrial Craft 2 going off, we have now 1 plant sower and 1 plant gatherer. Aside from... Oh, I need the center core bit. Whoops, machine case. I thought I crafted more than 1 of those. Did I not? Okay, then I will craft another one. Yeah, I thought I crafted 1 already. Never mind. There we go. Machine gatherer. Machine gatherer needs 1 of those. And then we just need our 2 gold gears and some more plastic. And the plastic is simple enough. We just get it here. And, oops, we can't craft it that way. It's going to be 3x3. Let's just craft all of it. I think I've got quite a bit of it in the system, so we may as well just do that as well. There's our tiny dry rubber. Yep, 48 of it. That's going to be plenty. I've just been crafting up some aluminium from our... where's my... Yeah, there you go. Crafting up some aluminium from our sieves. Relatively rare metal otherwise, so it's very, very useful having sieves by this point. And we're going to be getting into automation fairly soon, and it is probably going to be in this pack A2 automation, which is going to involve these machines. I'll do it as soon as we move to a new base, because I don't want to keep rearranging this base. We want to have lots and lots of space. So I'm either going to move over near the pyramid in the desert area, or into like a plains area where I can build a much bigger structure than this and get us going that way, because we have like the builders one and all kinds of other stuff. Do we have building gadgets in this? Building gadgets, we do. We have direwolves building gadgets, which is very, very useful and very, very cheap. Yeah. That's how cheap it is. Okay, I suppose he's going to actually produce something that is not going to be terribly expensive to get. Exchanging gadget, that is useful as well, and copy paste gadget, sure. Yeah. Nothing else I actually want at the moment, although I might want the exchanging gadget. Okay, so we'll just put those in my backpack for now, and I will show you how to use them another point. But I think we do. Oh, we do actually need some power to them. Yeah, they're not free. Which is surprising that the direwolf has put a limit to his power acquisition, and they won't charge with this. Fine, I'll do that later. As long as we got them crafted, that's the main thing, and get going. Fine. Where was I? Yes, all of this should now be casted into plastic, and we should be able to get our gold gears from over here, and we should be done. So we need to go and get some saplings to start us off, and I am going to, again, as I said before, probably going to get to the farmer as far as planting things, but the gatherer will need to actually hook up. Now let's put the plant sower away. Now one thing here is that the farmer is basically free 9x9. It's only 9x8 here because I haven't put an extra line that way, but it should be 9x9 area by default. These are not. These are going to start out probably like 1x1, but you can get a range add-on that adds the extra tier. So what we want is, if it goes, it's going to start 1x1. In fact, let's put it down so we can see what it starts as. There we go. Show the working area. Yep, 1x1. So having the shader issues. We're going to need to expand that, so we need to range add-on 4 to get it to match the farmer, because the farmer's going to plant in a 9x9 area. This is going to actually need to, well, pick things up in a 9x9 area. So the range add-on, we'll go and get that sorted. Hopefully that is not too expensive to make. Range add-on, there we go. Range +4 is the one we want, and of course it's tin, which is the one thing I probably don't have. Yes, luckily we do have quite a bit of raw resources now. I love getting things in the right order for a change. No, you're not tin. You are tin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not even going to double it. This stuff is free, so we may as well just smelt it. Come on. There we go. And we'll just shove that straight in the furnace and get it going. What's my food situation looking like? I'm using this toast like crazy. Ah, yeah. I need to go and correct that. So let's just put this in, not in the metal format, in the furnace. There we go. And we'll just ignore doubling. Yep, it does annoy me, but hey, I'm just going to use this bit of food, and then we need to look at some other options for food because we can't keep using this one. What do I have in the fridge? I have protein and vegetable. That will do. And do we have anything? What are the other things we need? Protein, vegetable, dairy, and fruit. So we're going to need yogurt for the other one. Or that's the easiest one to go for, which I don't have. Yogurt. Yogurt? Yog. No H in yogurt. Huh. Okay. I always forget how to spell that thing. Anyway, apple yogurt it is. And that should do the job as far as bringing our totals back up towards the top. And we've got enough tin now. Good. Let's just use this last bit of tin. And we've got a range add-on. Okay, so now we're going to need universal cable. Do I have enough of this stuff? I have 2 of it. That's not going to be enough. It's absolutely not. Okay, electrical steel. No, of course it's the more expensive one, the annoying one to actually make, which is redstone iron wiring. What am I going to do for that? Well, I could get this started, but I don't have any of the ingredients. Okay, this is a bit of a pain to make because you've got to get aluminium, but thankfully I just did. Because you need aluminium wire, which is shears and aluminium paste, or you've got to go into immersive engineering and get a metal press going. Much easier to actually do it this way around, which of course does mean we can take aluminium plates like we've been making here, and I think I've got some more aluminium here, and I'll just basically turn that up. So I'm going to do that off camera. We've made it before, it's just a bit annoying to make without auto crafting, and we'll carry on from there. And that bit of crafting's done. Do remember when you're actually using this resonator, it may take away from your sort of GP network, so you may need to take off your ring, otherwise it will have some issues. Oh, I really mustn't click the bobbles inventory thing. It may have some issues actually letting you fly. Don't try and explore the nether or anything like that while you're actually using the resonator, unless you've got excess power and you're sure of it. So now we should just be able to craft one of these redstone iron wirings. These unfortunately won't insert or stack, but that's fine, I guess. There we go, 4 of you, and they don't get used up. So I think I've got some more of them somewhere, but I want to keep them some in the system. There they go. In fact, no, I do already have some. They just don't insert. Ugh, that's annoying. Fine. That uses up probably 9 types, and if it doesn't stack. Regardless, we have what we need. We just need some electrical steel, and that should be enough for now. We'll obviously make more later. Electrical steel is just silicon and steel. I set them up back here, so we're just going to set this up. Going from our sort of little battery block. How are you? You are filling up. Good. I'm going to go across here and then down. Is this an output? It looks like it is an output, so that's going to work fine. Let's just get that doing down one. There we go. Yep, that's powered up. And I'm going to go underneath here and then across to this plant gatherer, which now has the range add-on installed. So we're just going to go underneath, down, and then across. And I'll see what to get to the other side after I go and find my shovel. There we go, all connected. So I should now dump the saplings in and it should start planting them. Yep, which is really nice. And this in turn should start harvesting them once we have enough. And of course right now, yeah, we don't have excess. So we're going to need to import the stuff into our system, I think. I want it to be always available, which means I'm going to use ender chests for that. We just made 2 of them. They do take a bit of resources, but nothing we can't afford right now. And we're going to need to filter things out a little bit before we get to import stuff into our system. Unless we automatically pull saplings out from our system, we're going to want to send them back to the farmer, because they're going to end up in there, because that's what's going to pick them up, etc. Unless it breaks them and then they drop on the ground. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Well, in fact, let's see what happens now. Let's go grab some bone meal. Just take some of these bone blocks we found earlier. Just get a stack of bone meal. Oh, never mind. Don't need the bone meal. And what happens to the results? The results are in here. We get the saplings, we get the apples, and we get the oak wood. Bear in mind, you get sludge as well. Now, sludge can be used. It can be reused, I should say. But usually I find some way of voiding it. And is there a void pipe of some kind? In fact, we may not even need to void it. If I remember rightly, in MFR, you used to have to void it in some cases. That may not be the case anymore. I'll let it fill up and then we'll see whether it actually stops. If it does, or if someone knows, put in the comments down below, because it is useful not to have to void it if you don't have to. What used to happen, if I remember rightly, is if it used to not be voided, everything used to stop or really slow down when it actually hits the maximum of the tank. So now we need to have some kind of filter in place and then go to our ender chest. So let's get that sorted. For that, I figure we can use Mekanism, and let's just see whether that interacts well with... well, in fact, it should interact just fine with the cables. So we're just going to make some more transporter, sort of basically the item transport system from Mekanism. And we need copper plate. There we go. So we just need circuit boards like this. And then I'm probably going to need more electrical steel. You know, the thing I just used a lot of, steel. Let's just get some of that. And let's get some silicon. And this is the silicon that comes out of the material stonework factory, so everything is nice and easy to get to. And off that goes. So I'm just going to need, I don't know, maybe 2 batches of this. So 4, 3, and 4. Okay, I'm just going to take that back out. And then it's going to be something along the lines of 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and then 2 circuits in the middle. Yep, logistical transporter. We've got 16 of it, so let's go and set this up. This is already starting to collect stuff, which is good. I want everything going into our ender chest that is wood. Nothing but that. So why don't we just get a couple of logistical sorters. I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to go on this side. And let's see, that is outputting to the right. Yep. Okay, so this side is going to be my ender chest. I'm going to set this up with a filter. Oh, there's already 29 wood in there. This is going to be a fast tree farm once it gets going, because 9 by 9, there's going to be quite a lot of stuff like this. So new filter, item stack, and then just click wood. Wood is going to be saved, and we don't need to have any kind of advanced options whatsoever. So the wood is just going to go straight back to our ender chest, which should end up there. Once there is some, I should say, I guess. Can I put this back in here? No, unfortunately not. On this side then, we want the other stuff. So we want the oak sapling and the apples. Let's grab those. New filter, item stack, oak saplings. And in fact, I'm going to send the apples the other way, because we just want the saplings going back to the farmer. So let's add a filter here, item stack, apples. There we go. All right, so that is hopefully going to work. We then need to connect this back to the farmer block. So I'm probably going to need to go either over or under. In my case, I'm probably going to go under here. We're going to go underneath, across, around, and around back there, and then bring it up. Probably, do we have space to bring it up? I did leave a space, didn't I? Yes. So I'm going to bring it up probably around about here. Okay, and back that way. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down, obviously once I sleep through the night, and I'll see you for the completion. Okay, ready to complete. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we don't need to have any push-pull mode. This will automatically sort everything. So that's going down there. This is only the basic stuff, so we can upgrade this to advanced logistical transporter, and it will be faster, but we don't particularly need this to be fast. It just needs to send stuff this way, and there it goes. So that's everything we need to have the tree farm working. It will work automatically now, and it will supply wood across to our system, or at least it would if the other end of this is actually connected, which is currently not connected. So we need to sort that out just by placing the other end of the ender chest onto some kind of import into our AE2 system. And of course, I don't have any in stock. You can see here we don't have any import buses, and the import bus is the thing we actually want here. So import bus, regular import bus will do. Do I have enough materials? I'm just missing a sticky piston. I should have the slime for that. So one import bus it is. And we want the smart cable as well. Do I have any smart cable? I do. This will be really simple then. Smart cable, and it doesn't really matter where you put this. So I'm just going to put it here, I think. In fact, we can save the cable if we put it here. I should be able to put it that way, and then I can probably reach through from this side and then put an import bus on it. Like, I'm hoping that. Yep. And that is going to start importing. It is going to be terribly slow, so you're going to want to actually accelerate that because we're going to feed in more stuff into that white channel than just everything we've seen so far. So we want an acceleration card. Do we have the acceleration cards themselves? I can probably make 4 of these, which is exactly the number I want. And then I want 4 of them. So then we just go into the input bus itself, click on those, and then everything should be really fast. I mean, if you look at that, look, full stacks at a time, and that can all go in. Now, oops, I didn't want to import the bucket. I'm going to book it back. One other thing, yeah, and the Animania color thing with the shaders is annoying me. One other thing here is we also want another ender pouch. Okay, I normally have this second ender pouch. This just means wherever I am, assuming that I've got all this stuff, hardened leather. We want a couple more ardite. I think I have enough for 1. I need to go mining for some more ardite. I'm just going to double that up. And we're going to just generate an ender pouch from here. And the default channel should be fine because the ender pouch, yeah, the ender pouch by itself is default channel to white. And white's the one we want here as our input for our system. So that will go, anything I put in the ender pouch will go into that, then go straight into our E2 system. So if you're mining, you don't have to come back. You can just basically dump all the stuff into your ender pouch, which is kind of handy. There we go, 1 ender pouch. So that is that gone away. All my inventory cleaned up, and let's just put the tools and buckets and everything else away. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. 1 tree farm. Functional, automatic, and probably going to be fairly fast. except I probably need to replace the dirt. At some point, we will move across to wireless AE2 connectivity, so you have a terminal in your hand, basically, that lets you go and access anything in the AE2 system. That's not quite yet. It's just handy to have a return-only sort of pouch. What was I going to do? Oh, dirt. Yes. I want the farm to actually use all available space, even though that may mean a problem for me trying to actually get stuff back here. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we go. I think that's the only space that is actually, none of this is like overgrown stone or anything. No. Okay, cool, all done. So that's going to be it for today. It's going to be a short episode. I'm running out of time, unfortunately. I would normally take it to 30 minutes, but 20 minutes for today. So we have one functional tree farm in a single episode, and I don't need to do anything else. If anyone wants any other farms, or if anyone is working ahead of me in the pack and thinks we need some other farms, do let me know. We've obviously got this farm over here, which is full, but now that we have an ender pouch system or an ender chest system, we can do exactly the same thing here and basically export all of the inferium essence straight into our system just with an ender pouch somewhere. In fact, not an ender pouch, an ender chest somewhere, probably just on top here with one transporter, because this will only, I think the transporter will only pull from this right hand bay here, and we don't need any kind of filtering or anything like that because there's enough seeds out there already for me not to bother. Okay, so that's that going as well, and I am going to move some point. I will have to get time to do it, but I will move at some point, and hopefully you join me for that. So hope you enjoyed the episode. You got a tree farm going, which means you can get automatic, latex going. We can link that to the system if we wanted to, but for now, I think that's it. If you enjoyed the episode, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, we'll see you next time for some more Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode.